Um, all right, let's talk about it, right? Now, music is a fun, if you're doing it for the right reasons, right? You ask people doing it to just get a bag. They look at it as the business first. Like, before trying to build, like, you know what I mean? You want to build your craft, work on your craft, put in work, have a fucking canvas, something to show for it. It ain't just, you know what I mean? For me, I think success comes, longevity and success comes from you had a capacity, right? You had the right energy behind it and the right intentions and motives. So as long as you have that, I feel like you could be successful at anything that you do. As long as you have them things, you could be successful at what you do. But music is cool, right? I enjoy recording. I hate my life once I start recording music, right? Like nothing good come from this shit. Nothing good come from it, right? My life got worse 10 times at worse just because of me doing music. It was already going downhill before then, but since I started doing like it attract jealousy from suburban privileged people, right? It attract a lot of jealousy from suburban privileged people. That you have people that are, oh, I'm better than you. I have all this, but they ain't got the recipe. They ain't got the sauce. So doing the music is cool. It's fun. I can't, you know what I mean? Recording it is fun, but your life outside of it is horrible. So then, what icing on the cake, right, is trying to build a platform. As soon as you start to promote your shit, it attracts all type of hatred times 100. I swear the hatred went times 100. Just because I'm building something, and then when you trying to build something, you got people trying to stop you. And yeah, people say, yeah, don't worry about no haters. Yeah, everyday people, you ain't concerned about them. Like, ain't nobody, all they could do is talk shit. Talking shit never stopped me. Talking shit never stopped me. You know what I mean? Talking shit never got to me. But when people try to bring you down and then talk shit about you as they bringing you down, because they can't say nothing at first. They can't say nothing. They ain't got nothing to say. Like you doing everything. Yeah, the homie say it's good. Family know it's good. Everything good. I'm doing what I'm supposed to. I'm thriving. So the good overshadow all the negative shit. So they can't say nothing. So they want to create a life for you where they could be able to bring you down and then in real time bring you down and then try to put you on display. And that's what I don't like about building a platform. Like when you're trying to build something, like not just having I had little jobs and shit. And I thought that brought hatred, but and it's a different, what I mean? It ain't just everyday people. Like I said, I could deal with people talking shit. But what I mean, people that's all they could do. They didn't have that much to say. Like couldn't nobody like bring me down as far as on the outside. But people can't bring you down by doing other. They can use other because what I mean. They obligate their life to want to see you feel bad. They want to see you down because you're always in a good mood. You're always thriving at whatever you do, and they see the consistency. So I like doing the music, but I don't really like trying to build something, man. Especially like just entertainment, period, bro. Just this shit, you know what I mean? I don't really like building, you know what I mean? But you want to post your shit at the end of the day. You want to post your shit to build your shit. Because people say clout chasing. No, you want to you need attention to your product to benefit. So without that, and then you ain't got the money. Some people doing it without no budget and money because to be really successful at what you're doing, you need a budget, like a monthly budget. Like, you know what I mean? You got to do shit a certain way if you're doing albums and shit, but I'm not doing albums and shit. To be truly, or you can just do it the other way, and especially because you just like the shit, but you don't got the money like that. But doing the music cool, but once I start taking it serious and try to build a platform, what the fuck is these? Trying to build a platform and nobody sharing my shit, nobody else sharing my shit like that. People I don't know, you know what I mean? Because even you always had support, especially if you getting consistent views, but trying to build a platform, you come into many problems. Like a lot of people, not just on the music shit, but if you just a normal person and you're not connected to nothing, it's gonna be harder because if you get successful at it, but you're not connected to nothing. So if you get successful at it, you know what I mean? It's powers that be that shadow ban your page and all types of shit. Like not just the music, just in general. Like if you coming from the bottom, it's hard to come from the bottom and get a lot like how when YouTube first started and all that. That shit is gone. They got the algorithms, and based on the message, positivity is out the algorithm. If you say certain words, your shit will be out the algorithm. You a certain person, you out the algorithm. You know what I mean? So it's a system set up that make it harder. Since when YouTube started, though, motherfuckers could just go up, boom, like that. Like when I first started, normally when you first start a platform, right, you get consistent, like back, back, thousands. I'm a nobody. Thousands. Then they see the consistency. Then you might get 1,000 on some, but most of they in real time. Sometimes you can catch them freezing it. Like you might have 6 minute likes, 6 likes, then it go down to zero. Like when you upload it, like the first 10 minutes, you might get 3 likes, and it go to zero. So you notice just shit like that. Like trying to build something, like doing something and trying to build something is really no. It's really. I mean, I like recording music. I like recording. You know what I mean? Like you paint a picture. You know what I mean? But trying to build something. Not that. See, it's two things, right? You want to be in the business and make the music business. In the business of making music, you shouldn't try to just be in the industry. That because it's a lot of people that's in the music business. They got connections in the music industry, but they not in it. They not a part of the circus and the clown shit and the rituals and the sacrifices and the blood sacrifices and the agendas and the blackballing and the politics and the they not a part of that, but they make good music. It's people that's longevity. Then you have certain people that like did anything to live this lifestyle. Yeah, caught a Rico case, went to jail living his lifestyle. Then I got out, exposed as a snitch, living his life. So where did it end? Where did it end for you? Where the fuck did it lead you to? You went high up and dropped your bitch ass. So is it really, it was a blessing? Like you're not happy? Was it a blessing? They brought you up to drop your bitch ass. You did anything, sold my soul to live his lifestyle. Went to jail for YSL, caught a Rico case, living his lifestyle. Then got out, they exposed me as a snitch trying to live his life. Where the fuck did it lead you to? Nothing. This shit is evil, this shit is stupid. Where the fuck did it get you? The quicker they boost you, the quicker they drop your bitch ass. So it really, no, I like recording music and trying to build a platform because you want to build your equity up, right? Your equity up to attract opportunities and necessarily not just trying to be in the music industry. Just build your equity up because you could do other shit to make some money. You know what I mean? That's what it's about when you're trying to build a platform. But this shit is stupid, bro. And you have gatekeepers or hate keepers and all of this. This shit is stupid where the real talent can't thrive. And like I say, you've been trying to build a platform and you see how you can start from nothing and you just build it and it start to prosper. And that's once you get the attention, but in a wrong way, not like nobody really supporting. Like, well, even the views don't show it though. You probably is, but the views ain't showing it because that could bring you bread. That could bring you bread, especially if you're doing your own beats and shit. You could get bread off views. You know what I mean? So actually, that could stop you from making money by shadow banning. But if you coming up, that's why I don't really. I started using original beats and all that, but I kind of backed out from that. I ain't been really doing no original beats lately because yeah, my shit. You know what I mean? But once you start building in this consistency, like once I just started taking my career in my own hands after not doing music for a minute, then I just started building something. The 414 KB projects, the 414 KB projects, and I started off just rebranded and just everything consistent. And then once that, like, once you get this continually dropping shit, eventually they start slowing it down. Eventually they gonna start slowing it down, and I don't know, man. People, it's cool to record and all that. That's cool. It's just that, but it's just the bullshit outside of it. And like, damn, man, this shit bring you that much hatred just because you doing like what I mean? Because most people like you like, I don't have no GPS and like I'm just figuring it out, and I tend to figure shit out and thrive at anything because I don't I don't focus on too much. Just ain't too much get my attention. Like I don't want to. I'm not interested in a lot of shit, but the shit I am interested in, I'm focused on it, and I tend to thrive in life. And people see that. Certain people don't like that, or they hate your independence. The fact you being able to do it on your own. Certain people hate that because it's confidence that come with figuring it out and doing it and thriving at something. But we all need help. Like what I mean. Everybody need cooperation because everybody get their check, their money from somewhere. Like nobody is really independent, right? You getting your money from somewhere. You getting your money from somewhere, so nobody really independent because you depend on your money from somewhere. And if that source happen to dry up, then you nothing no more. And that can happen to any fucking body on walking this earth. The money slow up. Like if all the people stop buying, took all their money out the bank, stop buying it, the fucking government and all them evil people will fucking be nothing. But we supporting the system in everyday life. But if everybody was like, fuck y'all and just pulled out all you, which is hard to do because everybody not gonna do it. But if enough people did that, do that would hit them, low blow. So they depend on us to really thrive. Really. So like I said, like everybody depend on something to thrive. So if you dry up anybody's source, then you know what I mean, your income determine your outcome. You know what I mean? But yeah, trying to build something, what I mean, it'll be the the middle class, upper privilege, or certain people that are not like that. You ask certain people, you trying to build something. Like it's one thing to record music, but it's a purpose to it. Not really everybody trying to look at the big lights, the glamour. No, no. You do it for the right reasons. Like you want to be in the music business, and then you might have connections in the industry, but you don't want to be a part of the industry. You don't want to be deep in the industry. You don't want to. You want to be in the business of making music, which means you making some money from your music. You quite profitable. You want to do that. The most important part, I don't even look at the comments. But yeah, trying to build a platform from nothing and then you start thriving. And he's like, man, I mean, I got fulfillment. That brought me the most fulfillment during a rough time. I thought I had rough times, but that brought me the most fulfillment. But what's brought me the most fulfillment, it took a lot from me. This caused me a lot of people hating me even more since I started thriving at something. Because the whole point, like I've been thriving before music in normal life. I've been thriving, right? Like can't nobody say nothing about you. Because, most people, if you living good and especially you doing good better than the people that trying to criticize you. Like, yeah, I was drinking and I was doing all that shit. But if you got jobs and shit and hey, you owe taxes and shit, can't nobody say shit. You know what I mean? I was doing the same shit, but not as much because, you had more to look forward to and like you had more to look forward to. But so it always been about me not having nothing in life. It's a system that just didn't want me to ever have anything and be at your best. See, be at your best and have something. It don't mean shit. Like money ain't shit, bro. Money is not shit. It's not everything to me. Like it's not. It's not. If I don't got the most important shit I cherish, that's gone. I don't really give a fuck about nothing, bro. Nothing. I don't give a fuck about nothing. Right? You know what I mean? It's balance. Yeah, you can have all this. This is why all the celebrities is like, but if you have I don't even look at trying to, when I did music, I don't look at all that goofy shit, bro. I'm just trying to make music my business. Be in the business of making music. I'm not looking for anybody to bring me up because they could drop you. If they bring you up, they could drop you. I want to bring myself up. I don't want to be, as part of certain circles. I don't care to be a part of certain groups and circles. I don't care about, it's a balance. Yeah, money is important, but it's the balance, right? I mean, like, that's the external, right? That's the clothes, but what's under the clothes, right? So, like a couple years ago, okay, I'm in good shape. I got all this. I'm not boom, 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 boom. Then I'm building myself. I'm building my platform. I'm building myself physically and mentally, and I'm building myself. Then you get the money on top of that. Then, boom, but you can't have everything. As a black man, you can't have everything. You can't have everything. And you self-made, which means you built yourself up. You can't have everything. Like, you know what I mean? You happy, healthy. What they say? It's a video. You can't be smart, healthy, and happy. We gotta destroy all two of those, and then now we can stomach you. So you can't have everything, because like when you're dealing with people where you have a lot of people just inflated. Like you might have a group of that's 6 to 7 sixes, 5s and 6s, and then somebody that's put in the work that's actually a 8.5 or something. They like, no, and still potential to get to a 10. And you have people that just don't like that. Yeah, this person, so it's better to be a 5 and be cocky and arrogant. It's better to be a 5 because nobody will be threatened by you. You could talk all the shit you want, but you could just be self-assured. Not even, you could be an 8.5 and be self-assured. Like, you ain't even talking as much shit. You humbly talking shit. No, you speaking facts. You ain't even talking shit. You speaking facts. And self-assurance is like a killer to a hater. Self-assurance, which means this is what I know, this is what I can prove. It ain't what I think, it's what I know, it's what I can prove. And when people see that, they hate you. So it's better to be like a 5 and you could talk shit and be arrogant and be cocky and be a 5 at, whatever you do in life. You could be a 5 and you could act like I'm a boss. I'm a boss. I'm this, I'm that. People will be comfortable. But if you got everything, like mostly everything in the package, and you build it, and you growing and you self-assured, like, it ain't talking about what I think. It's what I know and what I can prove I am and what I know I am. That can't be questioned. Once you got that, haters will hate you 10 times as more. They hate you 10 times as more. So if they can't, they like, people will invest finances in your downfall. They will systematically try to destroy everything you built internally as a person. Like, just, they want to change what type of person that you is ultimately. They want to, if you go for not having no problem, not problematic, you're not problematic, you don't have no problem. You don't have no enemies. You don't have like, you have problems that you can solve, right? Like, everybody, life, you have problems in life, but it's nothing that you can't figure out yourself. It ain't nothing that holds you stagnant for your whole life. So they want to create problems that you can't solve because you're a problem solver. So they want to create situations that you can't get out of to keep you down. And just because you're thriving, once you start thriving in life, that's why I wouldn't even say you don't even have to be successful, but the potential of you becoming that. You're not even successful yet. You're not even hit your pinnacle. Like, just you hitting there. You hitting there, and certain people were like, no, under my dead body. The fact that, the idea you getting around good people and doing good things, being in good environment, and it could be people that you used to be around, man. People that you used to be around, that you used to, that hate you because you left them, because you're not around them or whatever. People that conspire against you. That is just, no, I can't exist on the earth with he is. I can't exist on the same earth as him. Like, mother, leave you the fuck alone. Just move on with their bitch ass life. Like, you did something to him, but it's a narcissist narcissist injury. When somebody, they want you to need them. So if you need them, they can treat you any kind of way. So they want you, you know what I mean? So certain people is a supply, right? Narcissist supply. Is I like to bring down the best people. So somebody who do their job and somebody that really a thriver, I want to keep them from moving high. That supply, I feel better about myself. I might not talk to him or her that way because they, you know what I mean? But I see something, this person, that's a supply. Like, I get supply from bringing down somebody that's got potential and trying to do more, I get supply. Like, I feel better about myself. That's energy for me. You know what I mean? Somebody that's, that I feel is this and that. So that's a narcissist supply. That's what you call the supply of a good supply. As I get to drain somebody that's up here, that's doing a lot of good shit, if I could bring him all the way, that's my purpose in life. That's my purpose. That's like their purpose in life. That's something that they living for. Like one of the there's certain people, man, this narcissistic supply, that's the definition. You know what I mean? It'll be a certain type of person that's good supply. Like it's good supply. Somebody that I could turn everything the opposite. Everything that I could try to change the whole, that's supply. But somebody that ain't really, that they feel not up there, they don't gain nothing from that. You know what I mean? Because somebody who feel better than them want to make them feel worse than them. So you up here, they up here, they want to put you down here. Because you up here, they right here, they want to put you down here. That's supply. That's narcissist supply. So that gives them that energy. That gives them a purpose in life. That gives them something to do. That's like a hobby. This is how these people is, these evil ass, rotten ass people. So, that's narcissism. And then your community, it make people feel the need, to talk shit about. So now you below them. So now they even want to talk shit about them. When you'll be washing my clothes and probably sucking my dick. You won't, no, I'm gonna be a little more humble. I'm gonna be a little more humble. But it'd be people that, look forward to that. So a lot of people's draining like getting energy off you. It's all energy. People feeding off your downfall. That's energy. They watch you every day hoping. Like people have a smirk, like a little smirk. Some people, like, that's how you know how evil these motherfuckers is, some of them. Like they like this because it's a distraction from their life or what's going on. There's people that thrive on that, bro. There's people that literally have like a partial smile on their face. You know what I mean? Like what's OG told me? Yeah, half the people glad you're going through it, the other half glad it ain't them. Nobody give a fuck for the most part. That's how this shit going. People with you be surprised. People, you know what I mean? People will feel better about themselves. I mean, you would be surprised, bro. You would be fucking surprised how people would feed into something. Like feed it, like you feeding it, which means you validating it, and you don't got no horse in the fucking race, but you trying to join in on something that don't got shit to do with you. But it show you though. It show you. I guess me being in a good mood all the time and not really stressing about nothing. Okay, you ain't strong, we gonna bring you stress. Because that really bothered them the most. Like, I'm not really. We all have problems, but it's nothing that you can't solve. It might be a month. Okay, I'll get another job within the next 2 months or something. So you have problems and detours, but it's nothing you can't solve. So they want to create problems that a permanent problem, like a shadow. So yeah, it's just like I like music and all, but I don't building a platform and trying to, you know what I mean? Because I don't just do it just to listen to myself. You know, you want to try to build a platform, but you don't know it can't, you know what I mean? Especially now how the internet is, and you have people who watch, and you have algorithms and all that. And then you could become a, you know what I mean? You could become a threat to somebody, ego, or somebody like, oh, this person. If you're not a part of nothing, and you build it like you ain't a part of nothing, so people, you know, you would get sabotaged in many ways or shadow banned. You know, everybody, most people start with a lot of views. A lot of people, not just people who do music, like a lot of people started with a lot of views. People were popular, like, you know what I mean, starting a platform. But the music is probably the hardest to build low key. Like if you do pranks and you do shit like that in comedy, that's easier to get. But doing the music, that's kind of, but but in general, shit, when you start something and you on your own and you just building something, and let's say it start off good, but once that consistency start hitting, then eventually people slow up. I saw it with a lot of people. They view slow up, so it's harder to be self-made. You know what I mean? Like you ain't got no sponsors. You don't know the people at YouTube. And then this kind of depends on what type of person you is. I think they really go by that. They probably look at your Instagram, your Facebook, and all of that. So based on what type of, like if you too positive or you speak some real shit, you know what I mean? It's kind of you gonna have more issues with building something. But that's it. I went a little too long. It's half hour. Fuck out of here. What, you trying to see nothing? Shows low key. What you talking?